Dude, the number of sellers that obsess over third-party tools when Amazon literally gives us a tool that tells us exactly what product to develop that will have no competition and super high profit margins blows my mind. But today, in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use Product Opportunity Explorer to develop products that have no competition and are super highly profitable. So lucky you, you're one of the lucky few that learns how to use this tool, this free tool, effectively. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to jump right in. All right, first of all, how do you get to this tool? So you're just going to hit the hamburger menu, go down to growth, and then hit Product Opportunity Explorer. That's going to pull up a screen that looks like this. It says Product Opportunity Explorer. The first thing you're going to do is type in whatever you think the main term is for the product that you're trying to develop. So I'm going to do cupcake stand. All right, see, this is a really good sign. It shows up as one of the top terms. In fact, the top term when I type in the first word. So that means it's popular. That's a good sign right off the bat. Now, what we have to do is this gives us a little bit of detail about what Amazon calls customer need or the niche. But if we want to see the keyword view, which is where all the action is, you want to click the word in the top search term. So we're going to click cupcake stand. And now this is where all the gold lies. Okay, so now we'll get into how you can use this data to develop products that are highly profitable and don't have competition. Okay, so first of all, Amazon gives us a lot of useful data about these terms, right? So it's giving us the total amount of search volume for a year. So if I want to know the monthly search volume, I have to divide this by 12. So, but still, I know that this search term has a ton of searches because it's going to be somewhere around 200,000 searches, right? So there's plenty of demand for this. That's great. And there's other search terms that are smaller that don't have quite as much demand, but still have plenty. Like this one is going to have like 18,000 searches a month. This one will have whatever, 14,000 searches a month. I don't know. I'm not super good at mental math. You get the idea. So this is good. This is a good indicator. This tells us is the word trending or not in the past 90 days. Now, this is something that's seasonal. People use them for summer celebrations and spring celebrations. So this doesn't mean that the product is less popular over time. It just means that we're off season right now. So you can see the 180-day growth is actually positive where the 90-day growth is negative. That's why, because I'm recording this in the fall. But where the actual insights come into play is in these other tabs. So first of all, this tab actually in the products tab gives us an idea of what's currently out there and some really useful information. So we have the click share for each of the products. So out of all the clicks that people click, how many of the clicks are going to each of these products. So we can see how distributed it is. And it looks like this is a space where there's plenty of distributions. This top seller is really crushing it, but there's plenty to eat for everyone. It's not like they're getting like a huge percentage and then there's like a fraction of a percent for everyone else. There's some distribution here, even though the top seller is definitely crushing it. You can also see the prices that they're selling for, and Amazon gives you what it calls customer sentiment. So you're seeing the ratings that they're rated, how many ratings they have. So now we know, oh, is this something that it's going to take us years to get to page one because we need 20,000 reviews? Well, no, it looks like there's plenty of sellers that have only a couple hundred reviews that are actually doing pretty well. So that's actually a good sign for us. All right, the next tab that's going to be really interesting to us is called Trends. So if you click the Trends tab, Amazon graphs for you over the past year a number of different things. So first of all, search volume. So you can see if it's trending up or down. In this case, we have a product that's pretty seasonal. So we're expecting to see a bump in like the spring and summer, and then it jumps down a little bit from there. But normally you'll be able to see generally is this product search volume trending up or down. In this case, I would say it's neither. It's about flat, but the product count is trending down. So what you'll see when you search some, and you could do this for your own products that you already have, in some categories, the product count is like drastically increasing. And a lot of times that's if direct factories or sellers from China are flooding the market and causing a lot of competition, you'll see that product count like going way up, and sometimes it's parabolic. In this case, this is the kind of thing we want to see where the product count is not going up dramatically. In fact, in this case, it seems to be trending down. You also see what's happening to the average price. In this case, the average price is also trending down, which that's a negative indicator. So we've got some good things leading us to launching this product than some bad things leading us not to launch this product so far. So still on the fence. Search conversion percentage. Now this is out of everyone who searched for this product keyword, cupcake stand, how many of them purchased something? So in this case, the search conversion is trending upward, which means less people are just shopping around for this and more people are actually buying it, which is a good indicator. So generally, we've got some indicators here that are not so good and some that are good. I still think that this is a good opportunity based on everything I'm seeing, especially the product count, because sometimes you see this product count just shooting up and you're like, whoa, all right, competitors are flooding into this space. In this case, this is not one of those cases. All right, purchase drivers is the next tab that's going to give us some really awesome insights. So here's where we start to get some of the ninja stuff. The first thing you see is positive feature impact on units sold. So this is what feature of the product impacted a sale that was a good thing. Not like what was a feature that was missing that impacted a sale. What is a feature that they had that impacted the sale? So we have color, white plastic is what they call it. So having a white color, food grade. So this shows how important it is to customers that the plastic isn't toxic, that they're using food grade materials on the products. This is really useful to us. And I bet if we search on Amazon.com, we'd see a lot of these that don't include that. Now, already Amazon is telling us what to do to get an edge while we're developing our next products. Materials, copper. So a lot of people are looking for ones that are metal, specifically copper, which might have a good, nice, shiny, classy look. And that might be for really special events or weddings or who knows what. Now, negative feature impacts on units sold. So this is features that the product in the niche had that led to less sales, that they're somehow correlated with less sales. And here we have material, clear acrylic. Now, this may mean that this used to be a material that actually was trending, but right now it actually drives shoppers away. And Amazon's just feeding that data to us. All right, the next thing we want to check out is customer review insights. This is also an interesting view. Now, what this shows us is the percentage of times that certain things were mentioned. So it's basically summarizing for us what's important to people. And you can see positive topics and negative topics. So this allows us to see what's really important and it ranks it for us with the highest leverage stuff. So cute and adorable was really high up. So obviously when we're doing the product design, we're gonna wanna focus on designs that have that cuteness. So loved, that's kind of, just too broad to be really useful. Well built and looks great. Okay, so one that's actually really high quality construction, for example. Beautiful as described. Okay, so people don't want to be hoodwinked. That's pretty much everyone on Amazon. Stand is nice. Okay, that's not super valuable. Here's some valuable stuff. Assembly and installation. So easy to put together. This is something that people really care about. This is number one. So focusing on a design that's super easy. Maybe instead of 8 steps, it's 2 steps. Or maybe one piece clicks into place and that opens up all 4 legs of the stand or whatever. This is gold for product development because you can focus on the things that people are literally saying on Amazon. Amazon is just spoon feeding this to us that is important to them. Okay, sturdy and easy to assemble. So that word sturdy, that's super important. So people don't want ones that'll easily break or fall apart or whatever. And this is important. So we might see if we looked at the page 1 of Amazon search results that a bunch of them are cheap, direct from factory, unbranded products. And this is our chance to develop one that's totally different. But this isn't even the most valuable insights. If we go to negative topics, here's where the real juicy stuff lives. Okay, now look at this. These are the review snippets based on just the last 6 months. So this is timely data based on telling us what negative reviews were about. And we can see them ranked. So now we see assembly and installation, hard to put together, was the number one thing people wrote negative reviews about. So what we're gonna do to combat this is we're gonna make one that's the easiest possible process to put it together. It's gonna be super simple. super clear, and we're going to make the instructions very, very clear and easy to understand, because people are saying that it's too difficult to put together, that it's challenging to put together. And that is the number one unsatisfied review subject out of all of the reviews. The next one is missing pieces. That one is pretty easy. You just have to not be a complete debaucherous up to do that right. Hard to assemble, again, tricky to assemble. So we know what to focus on. We know exactly what people are complaining about. And guess what? Other shoppers are reading the reviews on these other products. They also know what everyone complains about. If you focus on the thing that everyone sees everyone else saying is the biggest problem with these products, boom, you have a huge X factor over the market. And if we scroll down, we see other topics. So durability, for example, does not last long, broke within short time, broke within a few days, broken. So focusing on one that just can't be broken, it's unbreakable. You could put like a lead cupcake on there and it still would hold its legs. And communicating that in your video, in your images, in the text of the listing, in the A+ content, even in the brand story, this gives you a super edge and allows you to develop a product that literally doesn't have competition, because you spoke to exactly what the customer need was, responding to the data that Amazon is literally spoon feeding us. So let's look at other stuff. Quality overall, a lot of people say cheap, doesn't look as good. They're probably saying it doesn't look as good as it looked on the listing. So really following through on your promises from the listing is super important. Value for the money, instructor user manual. So a lot of people are getting instructions that are not clear for these products. They don't understand them. They're not clearly written. And this is actually really common on Amazon. People focus on the product development. They focus on all these ranking hacks and all these tricks and super URLs and crazy stuff like that. They completely forget about the shopper's experience when they get the product. And I'm telling you, I manage a portfolio of brands that does over 6 million a month in revenue. When you do this right from the get-go, everything else is so much easier. And you don't have to be constantly running around trying to find external traffic hacks or get on someone's email list or do some cross promo with an influencer or do TikTok ads or some kind of ranking link or any of that stuff, because you have a good product that actually gives a good customer experience. So you naturally get a lot of good reviews. You have a higher click-through rate, a higher conversion rate, you stick to ranking, and just everything on Amazon is easier to you if you do this from the get-go. It just makes your life easier, and you won't be one of these poor sellers who have a crappy product and they spend their whole lives just going around trying to find some other hack to get to page 1 for a couple of weeks, and then Amazon knocks them back down and they have to figure out some other hack. Don't be one of those guys. Follow this advice and you will be able to develop a product from the get-go that actually speaks to exactly what the customer needs are and literally doesn't have competition on Amazon, because you developed a product that had features and benefits that no one else is providing and everyone else is complaining about. So let's look at some other ones. Ease of use. Okay, that's similar to the assembly. Thickness. So people say that it's super thin and flimsy. Another thing that we could focus on in our content and of course in our product development, but in our product videos and our PPC videos, all of that stuff, we're going to be able to use that. The material quality. So again, it's the quality and the flimsiness and the cheapness of it. So we know what to focus on now. We want to make one that's easy to assemble, that has very clear instructions, that is high quality and sturdy and doesn't fall apart. Likely white, because that seems to be the better color rather than clear. If we do all of this and we're good at communicating it, we've now stepped out of the flow of this hyper competitive red ocean type of space and created our own blue ocean within it. So that's how to use Product Opportunity Explorer to create highly profitable products on Amazon that you can rank, that will stick to ranking, and that don't have direct competition because you've set aside your own market by developing features and benefits into the design of your product that no one else has, based on exactly what the market is asking for, because Amazon served it up to us on a silver platter. My name is Chris Rawlings. I run a portfolio of brands that does over 6 million a month in revenue. We partner with brands to take over their Amazon PPC to help them profit and grow. If you want to see if you're applicable for that, just click the link in the description. You'll go to my website and fill out this 30-second application. That'll tell you if you're applicable. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.